October the 12th, 2021. Guys, I hope everyone's been listening to a couple of videos put up in the last few weeks talking about the longest, coldest winter and that fuel supplies for our energy companies would be in short supply, and you could see rolling blackouts. But and also mentioned there that the Pacific had not warmed up last year. It's basically stayed in a cooling pattern, so that's 2 years in a row, which is going to put the air coming in from the Pacific Ocean at a cooler temperature, and that's going to set us up for this long and cold winter. It's starting today in some places that are kind of unusual. But it says the winter storm warnings are in place as a major snowstorm gets underway. The first major snowstorm of the season is expected to deliver feet of snow in the highest elevations, while powerful winds associated with a storm could produce blizzard conditions. Now, I know it's coming in winter, but guys, we're in grand solar minimum. The shields are weak. We're tilting away from the sun going into winter, and things are going to get rough, and I hope you're preparing. You're going to have something to keep warm with and possibly cook with, so you need to prepare. The first major snowstorm of the season continued to unfold across parts of the Intermountain West on Tuesday, as forecasters said the robust storm system was impacting areas from Montana to Arizona. Winter storm warnings were in places for parts of Wyoming, Montana, Colorado, Utah, and Idaho. Snow began falling across parts of Nevada, Idaho, and Montana as early as Monday morning. Some parts of Montana have already reported more than a foot of snow as late as last night, with as much as 20 inches falling near the community of Pony in the southwestern part of the state. Guys, this is going to continue. Across the highest elevations of Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, and Colorado, snow may be measured in feet rather than inches, as an AccuWeather local storm max of 40 inches of snow is possible through Wednesday. That's tomorrow. And again, pay attention, guys. There's nations all over this planet that are going to be short this winter. They talked about a dark winter before, and because of supply lines of coal, the shutting down of coal facilities or coal mines and some pipelines, and the prices of liquid natural gas, it's going to be chaos. Whether planned or not, you can look at it any way you want to. It says the storm will continue to gather strength through Tuesday evening. That's tonight. The snowfall rates are forecast to pick up across the northern Rockies. Travel conditions across the mountainous terrain of Idaho, western Montana, and northwestern Wyoming can quickly become hazardous, as snowfall rates of an inch or more per hour can lead to whiteout conditions. So, guys, if you're planning to travel through there, you know someone is, get in touch with them, tell them to try to hunker down. This includes the scenic areas in and around Yellowstone National Park. Snow is expected to fall through much of Tuesday, making travel extremely difficult, if not impossible. Mountainous regions just northwest of the national park have already reported snowfall amounts nearing 1 foot by Monday evening. That was yesterday evening, with more snow on the way through today, Tuesday. The snow and much colder conditions will continue to filter south and east throughout the Rockies into Tuesday evening. Locations such as Utah's Wasatch Range and the Uinta Mountains likely will experience intensifying snowfalls. Now, this next chart is one of the reasons I wanted to do this video. And this one chart pretty much sums up what I've been trying to tell people, and many of you are listening. I can tell in the comments you've been prepping for years. You're getting your firewood, your extra supplies ready. Generators are good to run some electric heaters if you can have enough fuel to make it. Now, in some areas, like it was with the ice storm last year or earlier this year, there were, it was a couple weeks that you had to be prepared for. So I know it's hard to do it much longer than that, but at least do that. And, some places I realize, and I have known for years, that you can't have fireplaces or wood burn heaters. There's city ordinances against the smoke and things like that. But before you freeze to death, think about alternatives like a kerosene heater, and read the directions about ventilation and stuff like that, and have maybe 5 or 10 gallons of kerosene out in the carport or garage. enough to get you through a couple weeks, because a big kerosene heater, I know I've used one back in the past on a construction job working on a new home, and a couple other times, that it will keep you from freezing to death. But look at this chart. And the most concerning is the dark blue is 20 to 30 degrees below normal. And guys, here's the kicker. It includes Phoenix, Arizona. I'm very familiar with Phoenix, and I know the desert conditions there. But it says unseasonably cold, coldest air mass of the season. Record lows will be challenged. Interior frost and freeze danger. Not as cold on the immediate coast, and you can see that from L.A. up through Sacramento, Washington, and Oregon. You've got some coastal flow there. But as it comes through and the cold front's dropping down, these are going to be, again, 20 to 30 degrees below normal in the dark blue and 10 to 20 degrees below normal in the light blue. And that's going down, through into Mexico. So it's an early indicator. It's a warning sign of the type of winter that we're going to experience. And this chart is important. It's talking about strong winds through Wednesday, tomorrow, blowing dust, travel disruptions, blizzard conditions in the Rockies, AccuWeather local storm max 100-mile-per-hour winds in Wyoming. You can see in this chart, in your darker purple, 60 to 80-mile-an-hour winds, 40 to 60 in the lighter purple. And that includes much of all of New Mexico, the northern sections of Texas, parts of a good part of Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, all the way up. You can see through this, guys, through this entire section here. But 100-mile-per-hour winds in Wyoming. It says as potential blizzard conditions whip snow across Wyoming's Front Range during the day on Wednesday, the storm will begin to clear out in a west to east fashion across the Rockies. Although the snowy conditions will largely taper off, the wintry chill will continue in the wake of the storm across the west. This may give some ski resorts an additional chance to shake the rust off the snow machines and get them cranking in preparation for the respective open days. And again, possibly this will help with some of the drought we're seeing in the lower reservoirs throughout the area. The reprieve from the snowy conditions may be short-lived across the interior northwest, as another quick-hitting storm may follow in the tracks of the early week storm. At this time, AccuWeather meteorologists do not expect major snowfall accumulations from the next storm Wednesday night into Thursday. So we're going to get a short break, and it's going to kind of kick back in. But notice Texas, guys. You remember the storms from last year. Again, look at this chart of the strong winds here. And the winds are a driving condition in this type of weather. So Lubbock, Tulsa, Omaha, Rapid City, Denver, Albuquerque, all the way down into Phoenix areas, guys. You're going to be experiencing some colder winds and 20 to 30 degrees below normal temperatures. But we're watching it, guys. We're also keeping an eye on La Palma at this time. Got some information. I'll try to put it in. It's kind of technical about the lava fields under La Palma and some of the history behind that and how the islands have developed. I'll try to get that up tomorrow. It's going to take a minute to put that together. I've been kind of busy. But we're watching this. Guys, I urge you with all of my heart to prepare for an unusual winter with shortage in supplies of heating and food. It's a heads up, guys. Be safe.